Hello, planet Earth. My name's Brooke Nicole, and I have been being as a feather on the breath of God in these last days, weeks, months, years. The surrender to Source Creator in a peaceful way, in a floating down the river and just letting it take you wherever it's going to take you kind of way. That's how I have been in body. And I know a lot of y'all have heard me talk about, post about, be about the glow up. And I'm here to share with you what that actually truly is in real time. I have decided to glow up and to return to some of my roots, which are embodying archetypal energies that empower and strengthen, that intuitively inform and aid and assist the OG creator that I am here on planet Earth. The way to be your own soul doula. Soul doula is what she said. That's what this card is. Gosh, I'm about to, all these cards are coming out. I want to invite you to practice with me. That's the point of today. All of these things that I've been speaking about in these last few seconds, I'll talk to you and let you know what's coming through the clear channel and what the good messages are for you. We're going to pull some cards. I've got my journal. I would love for you to practice with me. This is how I find my next glow up. This is how I grid and anchor light here on planet Earth in and through my vessel to become stronger, to love the life that I am. Love the life that I am. I am life, right? I am life. I am truth. Satanam. This is crystalline energy that we're embodying. This is crystalline energy that we are creating form with. And it's really exciting to be awake in a vessel, in a body, doing this work here on planet Earth. And so I know she sounds like she sounds. There's some stuff up in there that you're not quite sure about. But if you come to the mat, come to the grass, be present in your body with me, I'll show you what it's like to glow up. You'll see, you'll witness with your own sacred vessel what it is to glow up. I can just give you tips and share with you along the way. Okay? So, I'm going to get out of this weird little child's posy thingy-majiggy, and I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to start breathing, and I hope you do too. I'll guide us in because I like to sing and call the space, and I want you to know that you are loved and you are worthy, and wherever you are in your journey on this pathway, be in your truth, okay? One step at a time is what we do. It's up to you to make the choice, okay? I'm making the choice today to get into my practice and to begin sharing it via video like I have been inspired to do, as I have been inspired to do and guided to do. Let's do some morning meditation, okay? That means like the AM and stuff. I'm going to put this stuff over here. All right. Peace and life to you. Ooh. Hey, yeah. Ooh, hey. Ooh, hey, yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. I mean, start how you start. Just join in. Just chime in. Whoa, there's a paparazzi over there. Gosh. They want to know who's singing, who's making those big loud noises. Alright, y'all, this is just an example, okay? Be in your own practice. Stretch how you stretch. I like to do the yoga, the qigong, and ecstatic embodied movement. There's also a somatic factor up in here. As I be with the emotions and feel the feelings and the power and the stretches in my body, as I allow release and surrender to gravity, as I engage with Gaia Pachamama, Mother Earth, and really ground my energy, things start to become clearer and clearer. Emotional somatic awareness, gosh, it allows you to know more and more and more. And as you engage with Shakti, the mystery life force, some call it Reiki, as you engage with this and you allow this intelligence to fill every cell in your vessel, as you activate through once and no longer dormant DNA, through this crystalline light. Wow. So you call in Source Creator to be with and in and through the body. The things that you get to know, that you get to activate into, are beyond anything that the teeny tiny once programmed doing donuts asleep mind could even imagine, you know? And I love embodied movement. This is ecstatic embodied movement. And what do I mean by ecstatic? I talk about that a lot. I need to do the other side. The body likes to be even. At least mine does. Woo, got that. Be in your big deep breath. Be in like an observation mode when you are, that's a big loud muffler that we have to project over, isn't it? Whatever that, maybe it's a tractor. It's probably a tractor. I love the sounds of the country. Okay, so we're talking about being aware in your body and not letting distractions distract you, but also being in gratitude for sometimes the power that flows into the body as your highest, wisest, healthiest self strengthens and gets to start talking about tractors and stuff while you're moving through something that's very powerful in your vessel. That's why I appreciate people who are funny, people who are comedians, people who make jokes during the yoga. It's funny, I love it. Two of my very favorite yoga teachers that I've ever had, both are named Jen, and they were so funny in yoga class all the time, and I hear them in my head all the time, in a beautiful, loving way. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my teachers, you know. And I'll continue to have more teachers. That's part of what being human is. Ooh, this stretch. You know, don't, this is just for an example, okay? Go to yoga class. Go to yoga class physically. And if you don't know where to find a good yoga class, I can put some recommendations out there. I'm not going to say any names right at this moment. Shoot. But there's some stuff you can do online, and there are places that you can go in person. And if you already have a practice and you just want to hear Babbling Brooke, get on the mat. Alright. I did just call myself Babbling Brooke. I still feel like I'm in a quiet place because I'm just so in my body. My cloud looks like a baby dragon. It's learning how to breathe fire, but it's coming out all smoky. It's beautiful, brilliant light. You know, one of my callings that's like am I really going to do this thing? One of my callings to share what I know is true, to share through the divine source channel and transmit through this vessel and this body, is to just show up and do the thing. And just do it with people, right? So I'm sitting here going, really? I'm just supposed to press record and start talking out loud? And they're like, yeah. Really? Somebody's going to want to sit around and just like listen to me while they stretch their bodies and watch her be in like this weird position while she talks for like 5 minutes? But another one of the things I learned in yoga, or I experienced through yoga, was long somatic inhale exhales. Some of those classes might be called restorative yoga or yoga nidra. Those are great. Yoga nidra. Check that out. More magic people in yoga nidra. Ooh, this stretch is good. Okay, so all of you people who, I'm very much feeling into my body in a multidimensional way, across timelines. I'm feeling what my body felt when I was a preteen and a young teenager. When I was on the drill team, okay, and we had to stretch our legs. Gosh, it's like, wow, it's so tight, right? So as we breathe through that and we give it love, it begins to release more and more and more. Okay, but back then it was all about getting your leg all the way back here, as far as where my arm is, right? Oh, this is where I can be right now, and we've got probably a slight bend. But anyway, back then on the drill team, we were stretching to like Gangster's Paradise and all this like 90s music. Oh, this is stretching out to my right hip in a really cool way. Wow. Anyway, back to the drill team, right? And so all those high kicks that people had to do, I felt so much stress in my leg back then. I remember after like a summer off, just floating around in the rivers and stuff, I would come back to drill team and begin stretching my legs in ways that I hadn't done in months. And it felt tight and it felt hard to achieve, and all these things. And at the same time, I was having an emotional human experience, right? I was like 13 years old, 12 years old, 14, that was like the range. And I was my parents were going through a divorce. And I was like trying to be cute for boys because that's what I thought that I needed to be. I was starting to read like beauty magazines, and I was starting to do, I was a kid in the 90s. And at the same time, all of that emotional experience I was having, it was being stored in my muscle memory, right? Woo! But that's what this like somatic, embodied, galactic, ecstatic movement allows me to release as I find the ways that my body wants to lay and be and relax. It allows, like, man, my hips just softened, right? My hips just softened, my leg just softened, and now I get to breathe deep and stretch some more. They didn't teach us that back then. They were just like, put your leg up in the air and kick real high. It didn't matter, or we perceived that it didn't matter. I watched this movie the other day. I've seen it a few times, and it's about multidimensional fractalization and how things weave together. It's like it's called Everything Everywhere All at Once. Whew. And so what I'm getting at is like how the body stores this emotional memory just from this lifetime. Like, this is something different over here. This is not the drill team anymore. This is like some other stuff, it's in the shadow and we don't want to talk about it, right? But this is womb stuff. This is deep stuff. Do you hear my voice? Whoa. Okay, so if you're storing muscle memory just from this lifetime, but you're also awakening now as you are becoming more embodied, all this stuff I was talking about in the beginning of this video, all of a sudden, this archetype that you have been allowing to give you wisdom, I talked about this at the beginning, the archetypal energies, right? And so I learned archetypal energies as things like Hecate and Medusa and Kali Ma and Hygeia, right? We could talk about that stuff more and more. This cloud is just like a sheet. It's like somebody took a paint thing and they were just went across the sky. Y'all, and then there's this little like poof ball in front of it. That's like a baby bird over there. Isn't that fun? Do you remember doing that as a kid? Have you ever done that? Pick out which clouds are real and which ones are paint stripes. Am I still on the mat? Gosh, I feel grass everywhere. It's so good. Woohoo! Alright. I'm going to do some bridge pose while we talk. This one has been... I learned from this woman at a yoga festival. Woo! How to become stronger and be able to lift the hips up and support them better using good body mechanics, right? It's very warrior-like. But y'all, I'm feeling it back once again right here. Whoa, it's like a big knot, okay? And I have learned how to breathe through those things so I can become stronger to allow them to release. But I want to know what's up in there. I want to know what's in that leg, right? How do I get rid of that? You know, and so I've been to a lot of physical therapy. I've been doing these practices for a lot of years. And y'all, I've been on my back like this whole time. Or maybe I've been, well, now I've been in other positions too. I feel like I've been on my back for so long. But this is one of the keys that I learned in somatic yoga experiences. Is that as you breathe through these things, you can find places in your body in a somatically conscious way and allow them to flow with good energy. You can call in Source Creator. You can call that sacred divine intelligence into those cells in that muscle and call in good flow, right? And so, gosh, I feel like we're jumping so much now. Are you with me? I'm starting to feel it move, right? This is what I'm talking about. As I call in this sacred energy, the energy begins to want to move. And as we are energetic vessels of light, imagine that line of chi, right? Energy flowing up through the bottom of your foot. I'm going to paint this picture to let you know what's going on here. As I receive purest living energies, crystalline light, this is Christed light, right? Healing hands. Right here is where I'm saying go. However, this is sacred divine intelligence, and it knows that there's something right there that we want to let go of. I just got the pop. The hip here is one of the channels, the conduits, where things begin to move through the channel of love, which is your soul stream, right, or your chakra system here, that beautiful line of light that connects you to God's source creator and Gaia Pachamama, the root, the crown, the heart space, all of that. This channel of love and light begins to bring this energy up from the ground, or the energetic realm around you, whatever feels true, okay? I also have this golden sphere of light around me. And so this channel that's flowing, this line of chi, is connected into all of that. It's connected into life, source frequencies. It's connected into the manifest world, right? This place where we feel things, where gravity's holding us here. So much to say. The light that's all around, the 0 point, I begin to magnetize and attract because I made it so. And it pulls this energy. It's like aligning everything, all these bones in my body. Y'all see what I'm doing? I'm just laying there, I'm just talking, and I'm getting these pops and these clicks, and I'm feeling the relief of tension or strain, right? All of that energy is magnetized to flow through this channel of love and source and flow out the other side. And so there's that line of chi that's flowing from the left leg, the foot, all the way up. There's this portal of transformation through the hips here. It flows through the cosmic womb space, clearing, transmuting through love and source and truth. And then it begins flowing through this portal of transformation, because, you know, both, same, I'm calling both hips portal of transformation, right? Woo, but I feel it differently over here. And so now I begin to call in whatever sacred energy that can aid and assist. Hands on healing, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Hygeia, Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Calf Woman, the angels, the Arcturians, the Lyrans, the Pleiadians, right? My soul stream, align. The angelics. Ooh. Source creator, being here in this sacred vessel. Woo! Okay, and now I'm up in here and I'm feeling it in the ways that aid and assist. Because if y'all remember before, I was talking about that drill team up in here. I want to throw another shout out to some of those drill team friends, high school, junior high, back in the great state, Texas. There have been so many times over this last year that I have been humming that Gingham Girls tune when I feel like I'm getting ready for battle. And I'm talking like emotional and energetic and multidimensional spiritual type of battles. And I was like rolling through the streets of Baltimore, just like Giinginghamham, woohoo. And then I'm also singing, you know, with our brother Trevor and my beloved the Moon Lion, because singing is a way to channel Shakti through your body. This is something I want to start talking about in the glow up realm a whole lot more, is sounding through your vessel. And I learned a long time ago how to sound and not worry about what it sounds like, how to make noises and just embody and love the weird. Through all of that archetypal energy work. And I, like a few years back when light language and star language activated within me, or through me, there's so much to say, gosh. I made my first tiki-taki, and it was like me like singing Holy Spirit activate, or there was somebody singing that Holy Spirit activate, and then I just started doing the babble, right? I just started speaking the light, and then out of nowhere, I did not know I was going to say this, I was like, and I'm going to sing for you, and then it was like over. I was like, turn it off. And so I'm like behind the scenes here speaking star language, and speaking out loud, I'm going to sing for you. And then I didn't know I was going to get my voice back, you know, like like that little mermaid finally got her voice back, right? There's so much to say about that. I'm excited to talk about that. So, whew, part of the glow up for me in the past chapter, shoo, okay, you gotta be careful. I think I need counter stretching now. Or maybe some downward dog or something. Shoot. Ugh. Now, what was she saying? Somebody give her the line again. Well, it'll come back to me. So when I lose my... Or no, we don't say it like that. Cancel, clear, before that, and better. If the flow of the river starts to take the conversation in a new direction, allow it. Especially when you're doing your own practice. Shoot. And if that happens, if you feel like your flow state or stream of conscious or whatever skips a beat or like pauses or whatever, it's just a call to come back into heart center. Woo! Be strong in your body and your vessel. And y'all, this is me like getting back into my practice. I don't do this every day. Or cancel, clear, before that, and better. I haven't done this every day for some time. And so that's part of the call, is to be strong in the vessel. All right, I like doing this in front of mirrors so I can see my alignment. And then I can also do some mirror work, which is a lot of fun. Woo! I did a lot of that out there in that place where I used to be. Mirror work. Seeing myself and loving myself for the beautiful, beautiful, sacred, sovereign soul that I am. And I began calling in that which serves my highest, healthiest, and wisest self. I see that rainbow up there. It's beautiful. All right. I hear ya. Get to the point. Woo. So we're talking about somatically conscious embodied movement. Part of that is sounding. Part of that is allowing the resonance of your truth and what you know and what you have experienced and what is for the good of all and the harm of none flow through your body. Sounding will help you get the energy moving, okay? And so one of the things that I have come to find out is that singing, when you channel with other things like drumming or tapping to help regulate your nervous system, allows you to come into that flow state even more in a deepening way. Okay, I think it's time to pull a card. These are the things that I have activated through along the way with beautiful teachers, with beautiful healers, allowing myself to be the guru, the teacher, as well, activating through my soul stream. Y'all saw the bottom. What was it? I'm gonna be with you. The moon and the fool. The moon and the fool. That's what came out for all of us to see. What does that mean to me? It means complete curiosity, Bilbo going on an adventure, waving that cone track. This is what I'm signing up for, okay? That's what this is. But it's a journey intuitively to what it is that you know as you are activated through your sacred vessel. What it is you bring in with you. Whether, you have an aspect that resonates with Hecate, you have an aspect that resonates with a dragon, you have an aspect that calls itself for now Arcturian, all of these aspects of you that activate, you get to intuitively know because you are awakened in your sacred sovereign vessel, and you said, this is what I've signed up for. Surprise me, God. For the highest, healthiest, and wisest. These are dense cards, It is. It's a thing. It's a thing to flow into the density. It's a thing to make big changes. I told y'all I experienced divorce as a child and felt that in my emotional somatic body as I was also strengthening my vessel and fitting into a mold. Okay. When I began this last, what we would call glow up, this last chapter, some years back, I was going through another divorce, but this time it was my divorce, and it felt the way it felt. And I remembered who I was. I remembered who I wanted to be. All the veils began to thin, to fade, to fall away. And you know what? It's still happening. There's still more and more and more to know, right? But when you have lived some life, which we all have, right? If you're in the body, right? I think so. I think that's how it is, Maybe some of us are newer than others to doing this thing that we call life on planet Earth, and that's okay. Everybody's perfect right where they are. I was going through some stuff, and as I was learning all of these modalities, as I was activating through all of this energetic awareness, to say things that I couldn't have imagined I would ever say just a few years back, I know how it sounds, because I used to say things like, that's too much, I don't get it, she sounds wackadoodle, and I'm saying it that way as to not cast stones to anybody, including myself, because carrying things like guilt and shame don't serve us in our highest. Carrying things like things that are not true that people say about you or to you, that you internalize as truth and begin believing that that's who you are. All of these things that would program us, we release. And so I began releasing all of these things. I began claiming who I am, who I was, who I will be. And part of the challenge or the mission here on Earth School is to alchemize in and through your vessel, to feel your creations, to feel what it is to be human, to allow emotions to flow and cleanse and clear and bring oneself into a compassionate heart, a loving heart, and I see you heart, one that has a field of love that is so energetically pure that anything that doesn't match with that frequency and vibration can't even exist in its field, right? My field is really big. All of ours are. I'm strengthening and growing mine all the time. And so here in the density of planet Earth, part of what that also looks like when you're doing the shadow thing, when you are calling your energy and your power and your strength back to you, is that your field becomes a boundary as well. Your field becomes your agreement with how you are and be in the world, who you hang out with, what you feed your body, the environment that you surround yourself in. All of these things help to alchemize. So a glow up is really going through like this cocoon stage, getting gooey, and then coming out the other side like a butterfly going, I know now what it is like to do that thing, to be that thing. I know what it's like. I have felt it. I have felt it from all angles, from all sides. And, you know, all of us have our own experiences and our own pathways, right? I have a life that no one else on planet Earth has ever lived. It's just me. It's just me and God going, that's exactly what it is like to be Brooke Nicole OG. What is it like to be you? What is it like to be you? You and God witnessing in full effect, in fullness, vibrating, buzzing, energetic, light body here. What is it to be that? Well, I'm calling in my next level right now, following the guidance to speak and to share. When I turn this off in a little while, it'll be so I can come into stillness. Closing circle here. I hope that you cancel clear before that and better. My prayer for you watching out there, for you feeling into all of this, is that you are activated through your heart center. All of my brothers and sisters here on planet Earth, be activated through your heart center. That these words help in the highest for the good of all and the harm of none. That this transmission reach in gentleness and grace to those who are ready to hear these words today. I'm here, planet Earth, and I've cultivated heaven. All right, the two of air just came out. That's the first time I've ever done that. Those glow up ladies know what I'm talking about. We don't just the card. The two of air. This is a decision. Your breath of life, your words, your agreement, that contract that you're going on the adventure with, your agreement as a sacred sovereign soul in this vessel is your choice. The two of air is also similar to the two of swords in the OG tarot. It's action. It's action. It's choice. I mean, we could just let it happen. But it's a chance for me to also release some emotion and feelings of like, is it too weird? I made the choice to use my voice, my words, my light, my experience as the offering, as the gift, as the service, this oracular divination. That is the channel of Source Creator. Okay, so it's up to you what shape you're going to take in the world. It's up to you to call in truth, to command it in your vessel. It is up to you, God's source, beautiful beings of light listening to me. Here on planet Earth, to get into your body and begin activating in these cool ways that I'm talking about. I love you. Peace and life to you. All of you.